Hello everyone, it's Shannon with Shannon's Crafty DIYs. Welcome to my channel. Today I am in a fun collaboration called Farm Fresh and Fabulous. I am going to go over the hosts and the playlist a little bit later in the video. Today we have to create at least 3 DIYs. One has to include lavender. So for you today, I have 3 DIYs that I can't wait to share with you. I would love it if you guys could hit that subscribe button and give it a big thumbs up if you guys like this type of content. So why don't we begin with the DIYs? So first one, I found this awesome bamboo serving tray from Dollarama. It was $4. Guys, I have seen these all over Winners, HomeSense, Home Goods, TJ Maxx when I went to the US. These boards with pictures range from $12 to $20. So this is $4 so far. I have these planners, I can't remember, not the Happy Planner, but you guys seen these? They have these at Michael's all the time. This was from 2018, so it's one of my older books, but I'm just going to use, they had so many beautiful prints in this book, so I took this one. Looks super farmhouse to me. So I'm just measuring out the size that I need, cutting it with my Fiskars paper cutter. So now that I've cut out my picture, I want to paint this board. Now guys, this board is only intended for display purposes. I'm definitely not going to be using this for food. As you know, it is painted on paper. It's not going to be food safe. I think there are ways that you can make it food safe, but again, this is just for presentation. I've seen so many people on Instagram display their cutting boards on their kitchen counters, and this is exactly what I'm trying to do right now. So measuring out the height of where I want the paper to sit, and also I'm going to give it a coat of paint as well. So I'm just using this painter's tape just to give me a guide. Now I wanted to create a coral color just to kind of match the flowers on the picture. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking a pale pink with yellow and I'm giving it a good mix. In the end, it wasn't getting to the right color that I wanted, so I actually added a tiny little drop of red paint to get this gorgeous coral color as you see here. So I'm just taking one of these sponge brushes from the Dollar Tree. I love these. They have less streaks in my opinion. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just painting one side and all the edges of that board, and on the other side I'm going to Mod Podge that gorgeous piece of paper to the other side. So now I'm going to be taking some 80 grit sandpaper. You can get these packages from the Dollar Tree in the hardware section, so really great to have. Now I got one of those sanding blocks as well from the Dollar Tree, the one that you see there. That one is definitely worn down quite a bit, so I need to get something from Amazon. I know some of my YouTube friends use these. They look like little nail files. I need to get one. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying my best just to sand off the edges of the paper. You see me fold over the edges of the paper as well. That just helps to get the edges off a lot easier. And so now once everything is dry, I'm just going to remove the painter's tape slowly. I know it is dry, but you got to be careful. Sometimes you could get a paint bleed under the painter's tape. So that's why I just want to pull it off slowly, just to be careful. So this is what it looks like so far. Now what I'm going to do is take some of this jute rope from the Dollarama, $1.25, so same price as the Dollar Tree. You can get jute rope at either dollar store. Usually they're always on hand. So what I want to do is just create a little handle on my paddle. So just taking or cutting off the size that I need, and then I'm going to just tie a knot at the end of it and just cut off the excess. So I was going to leave it like this. It looks great like this, but I was like, you know what? I feel like it's still missing something. So I remembered I had this beautiful pink lace ribbon that I picked up from Michael's this year. And I'm just going to add a strip just at the top of the paper. It also hides the edge of the paper as well. So just using my hot glue gun and gluing it together. And guys, this is the final results. I just love how this turned out so much. I am so excited I was able to create something like this. I'm telling you guys, it was like under $5 to create. And I love the fact that you can reverse it. So flowers for the spring and then the other color for every other day of the year. What do you guys think? So the second DIY, this is where I'm going to create lavender. Again, this is a simple DIY, guys. I just found one of these mason jars at the Dollar Tree. It came in a 2-pack. As you guys know, I have used these in previous DIYs. So I'm going to do this trick. I've never done this trick before, but I know a lot of YouTubers do it. Adding some white paint to the inside of the jar, and I'm just going to turn it around just to coat every inch of the inside of the jar. You can add a little bit more too. And to remove the excess, I just usually turn it upside down. Oh, it's still a little wet right now, but what I'm going to do is just take this glass marker, picked it up from the Dollar Tree. It was a 3-pack, so I'm pretty sure I think there was a pink and a silver. I can't remember now exactly the exact colors. So I'm just going to just trace over the elevated word mason jar, just so it stands out a little bit more, just like this. So now that it's dry, I'm just going to take some of this jute twine. It was from a previous tassel that I'd made, so I'm just going to use it up, wrapping the jute twine around the top of the jar several times, probably about like 5 to 7 times. And now using some more of the jute twine, I'm just going to use my 3 fingers to wrap around the jute twine, again, several times, just to make it the thickness that you want to create this bow. And I was going to take a little extra jute twine and tie it around the center of the bow just to seal everything, cut off the excess, and then I'm just going to hot glue it to the front of the jar. I'm just going to fill it with some of the Spanish moss that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. And this lavender, I had just a few spare pieces. I was so happy because I was nervous about this lavender challenge, knowing that I actually gave away some of my lavender branches in the past. And I was like, man, I knew I should have kept it, but at least I had a few little stems to make this project. So adding the lavender, cutting it down to size to fit into the jar. And I'm just going to add a little bit more Spanish moss, and that is it for this project. I'm going to show you everything at the very end of the video. So before we move on to the third and final DIY, I'm just going to go over this awesome playlist and the hosts. So first we have Brenda with a Rustic Lace DIY. We have Amanda with 6 kits and a glue gun. And we have Chantel with Crafty Hints. I'm going to leave their channel links and I'm going to leave the playlist link in the description box. So go over and say hi for me. So third and final DIY, guys, this is the super simplest DIY, but this is all going to go together on my coffee bar. You'll see in just a second. As you noticed, I already filled that candy jar from the Dollar Tree. It was $1.50, as you guys saw. I filled it up with my Keurig pods. I really wanted this for my Keurig pods, but I wanted to paint the lid just to make it look a little bit more rustic and farmhouse. So I'm just using that same coral color that I had already for the first DIY. Gave it 3 coats of paint because it is plastic. I only painted the outside so that way the paint would not be on the inside and touch anything that's inside the jar. And I use my blow dryer in between coats to dry it really fast. Going to paint the lid just with some white acrylic paint, and then I'm going to also dry brush the lid with some extra white paint. And just to seal everything, because I am going to be touching it with my fingers all the time to open up the jar, I just sealed it with this Premier top coat, picked it up from the Canadian Tire. So here it is all done. You see me just opening it here. Love it. I love the wide opening, so you could put a lot of those Keurig pods in there. Here's my little lavender jar. I thought it was so cute. And yeah, you're going to see everything all put together here. Guys, I had so much fun in this challenge. What is your favorite DIY out of this video? And I'm going to leave all the hosts' links and the playlist link in the description box. So go over and say hello from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love having you guys here. I love reading your comments, everything. So don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And I will post another video this coming Wednesday. So have a great weekend in the meantime, and we'll see you next time.